The film On Golden Pond unfolds as a poignant family drama set against the tranquil backdrop of a New England lake. It centers on Norman Thayer, an irascible retired professor in his late 70s, portrayed by Henry Fonda in his final screen role, and his devoted wife Ethel, played by Katharine Hepburn. The couple arrives at their rustic summer cottage on Golden Pond to spend what might be their last season there, as Norman grapples with the inevitabilities of aging, including memory lapses and a growing awareness of mortality. Ethel, ever optimistic and nurturing, tries to keep spirits high, engaging in birdwatching and reminiscing about past joys, while Norman masks his vulnerabilities with sharp wit and sarcasm. Their peaceful routine is disrupted by the arrival of their adult daughter, Chelsea, enacted by Jane Fonda. Chelsea brings along her new boyfriend, Bill Ray, a divorced dentist from California, and his 13-year-old son, Billy. The visit is tense from the start. Chelsea harbors deep-seated resentment toward Norman, stemming from a lifetime of emotional distance and perceived favoritism that never materialized. She feels she could never measure up to his expectations, leading to a fractured father-daughter bond. Bill, eager to make a good impression, navigates awkward interactions with Norman, who delights in needling him about his intentions and West Coast lifestyle. In one memorable exchange, Norman quizzes Bill on sensitive topics, highlighting the generational and cultural clashes. As Chelsea and Bill plan a trip to Europe for their honeymoon, having recently decided to marry, they ask Norman and Ethel to care for young Billy during their absence. Initially reluctant, the elderly couple agrees, setting the stage for unexpected transformations. Billy, a typical teenager full of bravado and urban slang, clashes with Norman's gruff demeanor. Ethel acts as a bridge, encouraging patience and understanding. Over the weeks, Norman takes Billy under his wing, teaching him to fish on the lake. Their outings become adventures, including a perilous boat mishap where they crash into rocks while pursuing a legendary trout named Walter. This incident forces Norman to confront his physical limitations, but also fosters a genuine connection with Billy, who begins to see beyond the old man's crusty exterior. Meanwhile, flashbacks and conversations reveal the family's history. Norman reflects on his regrets, including his strained relationship with Chelsea, whom he once called fat and ugly in a moment of cruelty. Ethel provides emotional support, reminding Norman of the love that underpins their long marriage. The couple shares tender moments, such as Ethel singing old songs or comforting Norman during his episodes of confusion, underscoring themes of enduring partnership amid life's twilight. Chelsea returns from Europe, now married to Bill, and the family dynamics shift toward reconciliation. Billy, transformed by his time with the Thayers, expresses gratitude and affection, calling Norman Grandpa in a heartfelt gesture. This softens Norman, who opens up to Chelsea about his fears of death and his pride in her independence. A critical turning point occurs when Norman suffers a heart scare, collapsing and requiring Ethel's quick intervention. As he recovers, he and Chelsea share a vulnerable conversation, bridging years of misunderstanding. She forgives him, and he acknowledges her as his daughter, leading to an emotional embrace. The story culminates in a bittersweet farewell to the cottage. Norman and Ethel prepare to leave for the winter, with Norman mustering the courage to face an uncertain future. He attempts to carry a heavy box, symbolizing his defiance against frailty, but ultimately accepts help from Ethel. As they lock up, Norman pauses to feel his pulse, whispering, "It still beats," affirming life's persistence. The film closes on a note of hope, with loons calling across the pond, representing renewal and the cycle of generations.